So hey everyone, welcome back to the show. If you're dealing with bloating, gas, stomach pain, or food intolerances, and you've been told it's just IBS, then listen up, because today we're talking about SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. But here's the kicker. There's not just one type of SIBO, and the wrong treatment, they could actually make things worse. So today we're diving into the different types of SIBO, natural treatment strategies, and why treating one type the wrong way could actually backfire. So let's get into it. So first off, SIBO happens when bacteria that should be in your large intestine or down lower, decides to set up camp in the small intestine or up higher. This is a problem because they ferment too early, leading to gas, bloating, and all the fun digestive issues associated with it. But not all SIBO is the same. There are three main types. Hydrogen SIBO. This is the most common. It's caused by an overgrowth of hydrogen-producing bacteria. The symptoms include diarrhea, bloating, and a fast, rapid food transit, basically diarrhea. The second type is Methane SIBO, technically called IMO, Intestinal Methanogen Overgrowth. This one's different. Methanogens aren't even bacteria, they're archaea, and they slow things down, leading to constipation and gas. The number 3 is Hydrogen Sulfide SIBO. This is the newest one we've identified. Instead of hydrogen or methane, this type produces hydrogen sulfide gas. Symptoms? It's a mix of constipation and diarrhea, and that classic rotten egg smelling gas. Fun, right? All right, so now maybe you suspect SIBO. And what can you do about it? Well, conventional medicine often uses antibiotics like rifaximin, and while it can work, natural treatments can be just as effective, if not more, at preventing relapse, especially because many SIBO issues are actually caused by antibiotics. Go figure. So for Hydrogen SIBO, herbal antibiotics or antimicrobials like oregano oil, berberine, and neem can be really effective. Plus, diet changes like a low FODMAP or elemental diet can actually help starve those bacteria. Methane SIBO, IMO, this one's tricky. Those archaea feed on hydrogen. So you don't just need antimicrobials, you also need something that targets the methanogens like allicin from garlic, bismuth, antranil, and prokinetics. Now, prokinetics are basically substances, either natural or pharmaceutical, preferably natural, that help stimulate movement in the digestive tract, which is called peristalsis, basically the milking motion of your gut that makes you go to the bathroom. And these are a must to keep things moving. Now, the last one, hydrogen sulfide SIBO, here's where it gets a little complicated. Sulfur-rich foods can actually make this worse. So if you're eating a ton of garlic and onions, thinking you're helping, you might actually be feeding the wrong bugs. Instead, vitamin and butyrate or N-butyrate can help detox that excess hydrogen sulfide. So can the wrong treatments make things worse? So here's where a lot of people go wrong. They hear SIBO and jump straight to killing the bad bacteria, which can be good or bad. But if you have methane-dominant SIBO, taking oregano oil or berberine alone actually could increase methane production because you're killing the bacteria that compete with methanogens. Or if you have hydrogen sulfide SIBO and you go heavy on sulfur-rich foods and supplements, you might be fueling the fire instead of putting it out. So this is why testing is so important. A simple breath test can tell you whether you have hydrogen, methane, or hydrogen sulfide dominance. And knowing that can make all the difference in picking the right treatment. So final thoughts. And the bottom line, SIBO isn't just SIBO. If you're treating the wrong type the wrong way, you could actually make yourself worse. So step 1, get a breath test. This is the best way to know which type you have. Actually, step 0.5, before you do step 1, is first do a stool test. Step 2, match the treatment of your SIBO type. What works for one can backfire for another. However, and I can't stress this, however, enough. Don't lose sight of the forest through the trees, which means not to get so focused on the details that you miss the big picture. It is generally, and I'm going to say pretty much almost always, best to take a broad view of the entire gut versus a specific view to what particular SIBO you might have at the moment. I guarantee that you don't just have SIBO. Gut dysbiosis and dysfunction always precedes it, and it has to be addressed first and foremost. So for people to get so focused on the type of SIBO that you have, Yes, it is important. However, keep in mind that many of the treatments between the types of SIBOs, they overlap. And the biggest issue is actually addressing the underlying overall gut dysfunction. Don't lose sight of the forest through the trees. Step 3, support your gut long-term with prokinetics, diet, stress management to help prevent a relapse. If you haven't heard of the 5 R's, I recommend you check out our video on that. Remove, replace, reinoculate, repair, rebalance. Those are the 5 steps. So if this episode helped, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with someone who's been struggling with gut issues. And if you need help figuring out what's going on with your gut, drop a comment or check the links below for some more resources. You can contact our office for some help to become a client. I'll see you next time. Take care of that gut. I'm Dr. Craig Mortensen. Be healthy, be happy.